What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fumble. I'm Britt Johnson. You can follow me on social media at IamBrittJohnson.
It's your boy Chris. Follow me everywhere, CK2K.
So we just did the story about the Browns and the Steelers game last night, but now we have an update for you. So I decided to have Chris join me because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Updates, yeah.
So we're going to start with what the Browns owners said this morning after the game last night. We are extremely disappointed in what transpired last evening at the end of our game. There is no place for that in football, and that is not reflective of our core values we strive for as an organization. We sincerely apologize to Mason Rudolph and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Myles Garrett has been a good teammate and member of our organization and community for the last 3 years, but his actions last night were completely unacceptable. We understand the consequences from the league for his actions. So, my first issue here that I want to talk about is I don't necessarily super understand the apologizing to Mason Rudolph because from the video I saw, he started it. Did he not?
He started the entire thing. I would say the apology is warranted just for the fact that he was hit with the helmet. That still happened. But I was on the same wavelength as you with that. It's like, just say apology to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, I get it, he was hit, but he started the entire thing. And the fact, well, we're gonna get into that. We'll get into that.
So with that, it's interesting because, I just feel like, he tried to pull his helmet off first. So then Myles was like, no, I'm going to get your helmet off. So because Myles was better at getting his helmet off, he's the, I don't know. I just feel like Mason should have been suspended too. I guess we'll really quickly go through what the suspensions and fines were. So both teams were fined $250,000. Myles Garrett was suspended indefinitely for at least the regular season and postseason. If they make it to the playoffs, who knows?
Right, that too.
Larry Ogunjobi was suspended for 1 game, and Marquise Pouncey was suspended for 3 games. I was just confused that Mason wasn't in there.
There's a big name missing.
And I'm also confused by the suspension. Okay, so in the league, I thanks to Max Kellerman, I know this information, he said in Article 17, there is already a rule for this. Like if a player takes a helmet off and swings it at another player, it's 15-yard penalty.
There's a rule?
Yeah, it's already a rule in there. It's a 15-yard penalty, and it is a automatic disqualification from the game.
Right.
That's exactly what happened, right? So because some people are coming out saying that he should be suspended for life, he should never be in the league again. I just feel like because there's already a rule and a consequence for that, then what is personally, seeing it happen, I guess you're just like, oh, whoa, because you think about what could have happened. Luckily, he was completely fine, and so, I don't know if it was you, somebody said that a helmet only weighs 6 pounds. It's not like
I didn't say that, but that's brilliant. I wish I did say that. I want to take credit for that. That was not me.
But it's just, I don't want to live on the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It didn't happen. He was whatever. There is already a consequence for that, literally in the rule book. So why isn't just that followed?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's the biggest thing is we kind of went off the rules because they got the 15 yards and all that stuff. But then it's like now we're kind of winging it. Like, all right, let's because indefinitely is always the key word with a lot of these suspensions and stuff. 'Cause there's no set time on how long it is. Because for right now, we're thinking that's just like you said, the season and the playoffs. But then, knowing the NFL, we can hear some BS where it's like, well, he's gonna be missing the preseason and the first 4 games because of this injury, because of what he did, blah, 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 blah. So that's my problem with the indefinitely part. But like you said, there's a rule in the book which I had no idea about.
Article 17.
Go by it. Thanks. Here we are quoting Max Kellerman, but go
Not
by the damn rule. Not
very often.
Or ever again. Yeah, seriously, 100%. He did speak a lot of facts on that. But yeah, the biggest thing to me that you started off by naming all the suspensions, the fact that Mason Randolph, it should, in my opinion, it should be more than a game, but at least 1 game he should be at least out. Because he started the entire thing. There would have been no helmets involved at all if he did not try to pull off Myles Garrett's helmet.
Right.
You could talk about the late, you could talk about whatever you want to talk about.
You can talk about he overreacted to it, but he reacted to another person's actions. That was the actions of Mason. Like
100%.
actions. Like, you know, if that literally, like you said, if that never would have happened, or if
no
he never would have done it, there would have never been a fight, period.
Yeah.
And he was honestly pissed off because he was getting 4 balls got intercepted. He was getting sacked the whole game. Like, he's pissed off about that.
Yeah.
You're losing, so obviously he was the one that was upset in the situation. There was 8 seconds left in the game, you know? Like, I don't even understand why this happened. And it's very interesting because Mason's lawyer actually came out and said that I am gathering all information and no options have been removed from the table. You started the damn fight. You cannot now try to go and sue somebody or whatever, get them arrested. People are saying that he should be arrested for assault.
Yeah, they should be taking this to actual court outside of football and stuff like that. Yeah, that's just and then on top of everything, he had the nerve to come out and start talking about. Yeah, I'm sure you have the direct quote.
Yes, here we go. You can read it.
Yeah, the direct quote. Mason Rudolph saying it was, excuse me, it was pretty cowardly, pretty bush league. Like. You have the
Definitely
nerve.
sounded just like that.
Yeah, and you have the nerve to go out there and sound like you're the victim and stuff like I'm not. Don't.
And then he even smiled when like they got ejected, and then he got to like not even like he got to play the last down. Like they let him go right back in and play the last down. And there's literally no. And Joe Buck, I'm sorry, like I know a lot of people say that they love him as a commentator, blah blah blah.
I would like to talk to them. I'm sorry,
but Joe Buck literally said on camera when it showed the Mason thing, he was like, well, look, I don't know if his hand got stuck underneath his helmet. What?
Trying to defend him.
What?
Yeah. And in
you
no
can
way,
blindly see.
In no way, because I can already see the comments. We're not saying that the hit, the actual hit that he did, we're not saying that's okay. We're not saying that.
Yes.
But we're also talking about the fact that Mason
Randolph also should be suspended.
That's all we're saying.
Should be suspended. Not saying that other people shouldn't be suspended, but in addition to Mason should get suspension as well. Dustin Fox, I kind of want to end with this. Okay. He tweeted, undisciplined players coached by undisciplined coaches. Obviously a shot at Freddie Kitchens here. The Browns this season rank most in penalties. They've accepted 87, most in penalty yards, 822, and they have the most ejections in the league with 4. So is it bad coaching? Is it because they're a young team and they're not being coached properly? I know Freddie came out and it's like, we do not condone this kind of behavior, but you guys lead the league in something, and it's all negative stuff. It's all penalties and ejections.
But also they are coming off of their first year without, Mr. Greg Williams. So, that could still be something that they a mold that they're still following by. I don't want to say it's all. Freddie Kitchens has been getting beaten up enough this season, so I'm going to say maybe that might be a little bit of the residue from Greg Williams, and we know how he coaches. He helped my team get a Super Bowl. But it could be a huge part to that as well. I'm just trying to help you out, Freddie Kitchens, but get your team in order.
Yeah,
get your team
seriously,
in order.
because they are, as of recently, they've been playing a lot better, so.
And like you said
if you
in
want
another video,
a chance to do something.
Like you said in the video before this wasn't the only play of a defensive player getting
in the
kicked out of the
third
game.
quarter, Demarius Randall got ejected as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is interesting. I do want to see something come from Mason. Maybe it will. Obviously, the league's probably going to be looking at this for a couple more days. They were very quick to hand out these suspensions so early and these fines for both teams, but I'm kind of interested to see how it unfolds. I hope Myles Garrett isn't, then blackballed from the league, but you never know. You never know. I also do want to say, I think it was weird that Baker kind of threw his teammate under the bus.
You know what?
I know Mason is one of his friends, but
and that's the biggest thing. Mason's one of his boys. He should have. I was just gonna say he should have just not said anything. I think Baker, because he said so many stupid things in the media for the past few weeks, he's probably trying to save face, oh yeah, you guys think that's a bad thing? Yeah, I 100% agree. We should not have done that. He shouldn't have done that. He should know better. He should just not said anything. It was bad.
Plead the fifth. Do something.
Exactly.
Well, we want to know what you guys think about these suspensions. Should Mason have also been suspended? Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a good weekend.